Robots Radio presents
Fresh Tomatoes, the movie podcast.
I'm not usually a hat fan, but wow.
Jeg vil ikke være en dagger.
I'm really sipping on that dumb bitch juice today, and
Yeah, I am. But you know what? Someday I just might grow out of that. But you will never stop being a jerk.
All chocolate cakes are good. You're a fascist.
it's hideous.
It's horrible.
It's home. Angry white boy, let's go! Beloved, we are gathered here today to celebrate the union of two podcasters and two terrible wedding movies, united in optimism, in humor, and in the spirit of growth. That's Chad Ekowitz.
And that's Simone LaRue, who is going to make me cry straight away in this podcast. That was beautiful.
Thank you.
Oh my goodness. Okay,
I am open to officiating weddings, everyone.
I was
can
about
ordained.
to say, so you're gonna get ordained and you were gonna officiate my wedding, like without question. That was beautiful.
Chad, I would do it if I thought you wouldn't cry like a baby.
Look, I'm gonna cry at my wedding regardless. As soon as my wife or wife to be walks down the thing, I'm gonna be a blubbering mess. Like, it's gonna be problematic. You know, I'm gonna look terrible in all the photos because just my eyes are gonna be puffy as shit. Yeah, it's gonna be bad. I don't know, would you cry at your wedding? Like, how do you feel? Like, what are your thoughts?
Like a baby, I feel. Yeah, I know, it's just so much emotion and everything's like so nice, but I don't know, I've never been married, so who's to say?
I can see you being really, really chilled up until like the day, and then I can just see you becoming like the stereotypical like bridezilla.
You know, I actually think it might be the opposite. Like, I feel like I might be really stressed. And then on the day, it's just like how I felt about when I did exams too, right? Like, right? Like, you stress exams. Like, on the day, you're like, I've done everything I can.
Okay, yeah.
It is out in the universe now, and all I can do is just let stuff happen to me.
I think that's fair. Look, that's a good approach to take with it, especially because everyone knows that everything goes wrong on the day of the wedding. It's a disaster.
I mean, if these two movies are any indication, these two highly fictionalized versions of weddings.
What? These weren't true to tale wedding stories? I'm confused now. Talk me through your setup for your ideal wedding. Okay, money is not an issue. You've got this magical genie who's just pouring
money's not an
into
issue.
you.
Okay.
Yes, go for it.
I feel like we have talked about this before. I feel like we definitely
discussed
our ideal wedding situation.
We definitely have, but you know what? Let's do it again for the new listeners.
Outdoorsy, warm, foresty vibes. You know, lots of trees everywhere, like mountains or something. And then like food wise, which is obviously the main thing I think about.
Oh yeah, of course. Duh.
Food wise, like, I want it to be like a Hobbit party, right? Like, I just want fresh, huge wheels of cheese and bread and fruit and kegs of not mead maybe, but nice
like
IPA,
beer,
I guess. And wine and champagne, and it's just these long tables, and there's lovely music playing, and there's flowers everywhere, and it's just nice. I think it's going to be a nice daytime affair.
Yeah, that's cool.
People do like a late lunch plus a cake, and then people can go home and like relax. Like, I don't want to be up till 3 a.m, you know?
No, God no. It's your wedding. You're gonna be exhausted.
Yeah, and just I want it to be like small, because I want to enjoy it, you know? Like, I don't want to have to feel like I have to like go around greeting everyone, and like small, really chilled, just really lovely and fun. I don't even want it to feel like a wedding that much. I just want it to feel like a really bomb party where also there was like a ceremony beforehand.
Yeah, I like that. I really like that. I think that the perfect word for it, like you described, is Hobbit. I think that would be just that's perfect. It would be so good.
Fiddle music in the background, maybe. I
oh
love
my
fiddle
God.
Music.
Just like you hire like 10 to 15 people who can just play the fiddle, and they all just get up at random points in the evening and just start playing fiddle.
Oh, That's
what
beautiful.
a bomb party.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love that.
What about you? What's your vibe? I have a feeling it might be a little fancier than me.
You know what? I've changed substantially. I think
Oh.
you know, yeah, I'm very much more into the intimate styles now, especially because like weddings are so expensive. Good Lord.
Oh my God, they're so like
So
honestly with
expensive.
these two movies, the two movies we're doing today, both are like destination weddings.
Yeah.
And I'm like I'm just having like a bill ring up in my head. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean,
what
look,
the fuck do these people do for a living?
One's an avocado farmer and the other's dog sits, and that's how they get that money. Yeah.
Their budget is 3 million pounds.
I mean, I know I'm literally shitting on them, and I'm about to say I would love an Italy Tuscany wedding. You know, just find like this really rundown find this really rundown sort of like Tuscan villa that's just got like a nice open garden space, and just put up
in
a
the
gazebo.
Italian countryside.
Yes, and then it's just like wines. I'll find the nonnas who are like in the surrounding villages and just like, nonnas, please come to my wedding. You know, you can do whatever, and they'll just like, I will cook for you because we love you. Look at you, you're a beautiful blonde boy. Slapping my face. They'll come, they'll cook. You know, we'll reimburse them for the food and whatever. And like people who can come, obviously, you know, people who I absolutely love and have to be at the wedding, vis-a-vis you, vis-a-vis Dan, I will pay for your tickets over. But like for
I suppose in this scenario, money is not an option, so that works really well.
Well, to be fair, even when I am getting married in real life, like the people who I need to be there, like you and Dan, like I want you to be there, and I'm very happy to pay for your tickets. Yeah. You know, that's just like I've always thought that, like that's just the rule. So yeah, lovely Tuscan, like as the sun's setting, you know, you got like the beautiful lights, lots of candles. I'm not a huge fan of fairy lights, so replace it with candles. And yeah, just you know,
I love some
very
candles.
chill. Yeah. And again, no ceiling
kids
fan.
at the wedding? No kids at the wedding.
That's a tough one, isn't it? I'm gonna say age limit 15 and older. I can deal with 15-year-olds and older. Yeah. What do you think?
Yeah, I think also like it becomes complicated with like serving alcohol and stuff. Obviously you're in Italy, so like everyone can drink some wine.
Exactly.
But like, yeah, I don't know, just like 16 and older, then I don't mind if they like sneak a glass of champagne, like just like as long as I don't have like some fucking drunk 17-year-old vomiting in the corner.
Yeah.
But yeah, like no small children.
No, because then they kind of like they feel that like there are adults who are taking the show away from them, and then they act out, and it's
and like you know, like let's give the parents a break, like find a sitter and just have a nice time.
Exactly, that's the other thing about it. Yeah, because and even if like you have a sitter service, you know, again, money's no option, where you just say, okay, you know, we will reimburse you for the sitter for the night so you can come and enjoy yourself, then you know, then you guarantee that the people who you want there are going to be there, which I think is lovely. Yeah. So we're talking about marriage movies this week. What movies are we doing this week then?
We are doing actually two, I thought, pretty fun movies. I had a lot of fun this week. We are doing Love, Wedding, Repeat. And we are, of course, doing Mike and Dave Need Wedding Dates.
Yes, two vitally different movies. And I think this really speaks to British comedy versus American comedy. And it like sort of reminds me of our of our Death at a Funeral episode, where we did the American American version and the British version. So definitely the kind of same vibes. So let's see who goes first this week. What are you drinking?
I am pretty wintry this week. I am drinking some Glühwein. We made some last night with our friends, and we have some left over, so I just heated it up. It tastes like Christmas. I'm very happy.
That's so nice. Christmas in May. What a dream. What spices did you put in there?
Like some cinnamon, some star anise, cloves, some orange, and a bunch of sugar.
That sounds delightful. That sounds very nice. Getting ready for Christmas, you know, 9 months.
Well, we want to do a Christmas in July thing when it's nice and cold.
Oh, that would be cool. That would be really, really nice. Yeah, I like that idea. Nice.
Yeah. What are you drinking?
I am drinking just a normal beer. I didn't really have time to get anything fancier, make a Carolan or anything like that. So I'm just sticking with a nice, relaxed beer, and it's a true fan favorite.
Why? If it ain't
not?
Broke.
Yeah, exactly. So how many percentage points is yours versus mine?
I mean, it's wine. So I guess
wine
like
usually
14%.
Yeah, wine usually beats beer.
Yeah,
anyway.
And they keep saying like, "Oh, the alcohol cooks off," but I can promise you it is not cooked off.
That is a dirty lie. They tell people to sell it more. Yeah.
If I really want to have a party with the glühwein I'm making, I add some sherry to it as well.
You dirty, dirty person. Wow.
Guys, pro tip. It takes everything to the next level.
Oh, good Lord. You're going to have like an army of drunkards behind you. It's going to be so wonderful. You're just a
I
queen
think this
of...
just tacks on to my punch making skills.
Yeah, it does. It does. You're the ingredient queen. We all know this. Yeah.
So that means I win.
Yes, it means you win, and it means we all win because we can now talk about Mike and Dave and their wedding dates.
The wedding dates that they need. Okay. So, Mike and Dave, played by Adam Devine and Zac Efron, are two bros who haven't quite grown up in life. The two of them are kind of working on like selling some alcohol kind of as reps, but mostly the two of them do one thing really well, and that is party. They love going to parties. They love being the life of the party. The only problem is they also ruin parties. They are party ruiners because they do weird shit to impress girls. So to try and move past this, their sister Rosie asks if at her wedding to her husband Eric, so that is Rosie played by Stephanie Ferrasi and Eric played by Sam Richardson, if they would please bring dates, and they have to be nice girls. Not Rosie, sorry, Jeannie. Jeannie is played by Sugar Lynn Beard. Who's Rosie? Who the fuck is Rosie?
It's your favorite character who doesn't exist in the movie? Or is that actually, are they credited?
No, that's cousin Terry. Oh. Whatever. So Mike and Dave need to find nice girls to go to the wedding to. Naturally, they put an ad on Craigslist. The whole thing goes viral because people are kind of excited about the idea of going on a date with two dudes in Hawaii for a week, all expenses paid. And I mean, Zac Efron especially is not too hard on the eyes. Enter Alice and Tatiana, played by Anna Kendrick and Aubrey Plaza. The two of them are also wildly codependent friends who are not where they thought they would be in life. Alice in particular is devastated after a breakup where she was left at the altar. Yikes. So to get their groove back, they see about this wedding date thing on TV and they're like, we're going to scam them. We're going to make them think we are nice girls. They steal really nice dresses. They get all dressed up. They pretend to have different jobs than they do. And they basically scam Mike and Dave into thinking that they are great girls. And boom, they're all off to Hawaii. It starts off really well. Alice and Tatiana play their roles perfectly. They're super fun, super charming. Everybody loves them. Things start to fall apart very quickly though. Alice and Dave actually hit it off right away, and it's very clear that the two of them have chemistry. Tatiana has made it clear that she will not touch Mike. She does not intend to touch Mike, and Mike does not see the signs. Shenanigans ensue. They decide to go ATV driving, and a horrible ATV accident renders half of Jeannie's face quite bruised. This gets dodgy enough, but on top of that, the following day at a spa day, Alice pays for Jeannie to get a little extra from the masseuse Keanu, played by Kumail Nanjiani, and while he doesn't physically touch her, she does reach orgasm
multiple times.
At the same time, their creepy cousin Terry, played by Alice Wetterlund, convinces Tatiana that if she also gets a little bit of a happy ending, then she'll give Tatiana Rihanna tickets. Tatiana's like, cool, let's do it. Mike walks in. He is horrified by this. He also walks in on his cousin Jeannie, or his sister Jeannie, at the wrong time. So he is thoroughly disillusioned with these girls, and he tries to get Dave to kick them out. Dave and him have a fight. It all just culminates in disaster. Jeannie is high on Jeannie's high on ecstasy at the same time that her husband finds out that she, had a really happy ending from her massage. It all seems like it's fallen apart. Dave and Mike and Alice and Tatiana take this moment to self-reflect and realize that they are in fact terrible people who ruined the nice wedding of two perfectly lovely people. They go to apologize and they try to make it right, throwing together a last-minute wedding on the day to get Jeannie and Eric down the aisle. It works. They get married. Everything is great. They've all gone through some sort of character growth. And yeah, the wedding still ends in disaster, though. The fireworks were not properly aimed. The end.
We're there. So what's your cliffhanger for this one?
My cliffhanger is this one, and it's Anna Kendrick trying to describe what a hedge fund is, or what a hedge fund manager does.
Holy crap.
And I was losing it because frankly, if I had to pretend to be a hedge fund manager, that's also what I would say.
100%.
I have no fucking clue what a hedge fund manager does.
I don't even think hedge fund managers know what hedge fund managers do. They just collect money and enjoy being white. Like, these are the two things that make you a hedge fund manager. But it also, I think that scene also speaks to the fact that Anna Kendrick cannot fail. That woman,
she's so funny,
is perfect.
They put her in a horrible wig. The most terrible wig I've ever seen in a movie, and she still acted the hell out of it.
She crushed it. I've never seen a bad Anna Kendrick movie. She is just incredible in whatever she does. And yeah, I forgot that she was in this because I remember Audrey Plaza's in this, and that's lovely. But then yeah, seeing Anna Kendrick in this was just really nice. And I think those two have a really cool dynamic that I never really would have expected.
Yeah, no, it was super fun. I thought Adam Devine and Zac Efron were so funny.
Yeah,
they're so funny together. Like, they're clearly just like working off of each other, and it is fucking my second cliffhanger, or my other cliffhanger. My second choice was gonna be when their dad's telling them that they get each other riled up. They just start yelling.
Yeah.
They're so funny. This movie is genuinely hilarious. Like, I was laughing the whole way through.
It is. It is really, really good for its comedic value. Like, even the bloopers at the end where sort of Adam Devine is making Zac Efron laugh so hard is beautiful. And you can just see, like, everyone had a lot of fun doing this movie. I mean, yeah, there are bits where they're a bit gratuitous and it's a bit OTT, but what can you expect from like a wedding adventure movie? You know, when Jeannie got hit in the face by the ATV tire, I was like, oh, she's dead. She's dead now, right?
We had to pause because it was perfect cinema as well. It's like all slow-mo right up until she gets hit, and it very funny.
Yeah. And again, I think as well, like the whole cast. I mean, we've spoken about the four protagonists, but having Kumail Nanjiani in this as well, that man has a direct line to my funny bone. He is so good. That line where he goes, all you need is some silk ribbons and a reinforced ceiling, just destroyed me.
Don't operate any heavy machinery.
That's not a euphemism.
Oh yeah, no, I was finished. Jeannie, the actress who plays Jeannie, is also so funny. She like plays the role perfectly. Like, oh my god, when she's looking at her face and people are reacting to it, and she just... It's like, guys, honestly, is this the classiest movie ever? Absolutely not. Is it hilarious though? 100%.
Yes, without a doubt. It is one of those movies where you can just straight up take a break. You've had a long week. It's been the hardest week. You've suffered as a hedge fund manager. You have really had the funds have hedged to the nth
hedging
degree.
Those funds, guys.
and the NASDAQ being down yet again, and on a Friday night, you just put this movie on, you're gonna have a great time. You're gonna your energy's just gonna boop, 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 straight back up after this.
Great.
Yeah, it's lovely. It is really lovely. Is there what apart from like, is the gratuity where you kind of like feel that this movie kind of missed a beat, or like what was it necessarily about this movie that you feel it didn't get the score that it got, like, or why did it get the score that it got?
Honestly, I do not know why it got the score that it got. I guess just because it is a silly comedy at the end of the day, and it is like kind of dumb. The only bit for me that I was like, I didn't love Cousin Terry. Like, I feel like the overly predatory bisexual is a little overdone.
Yeah, it was a little icky to see. It was, you know, I think as a character, like, she's great. Like, if they had just like excluded the predatory sex stuff, like as a character, as a douche, she was brilliant. She was so funny. But no, I completely agree. That whole scene where it was just like exchanging, you know, a happy ending, as you put it, for Rihanna tickets. It was just like, well, that's essentially sex work. That's like,
and I mean, they kind of played it so that Audrey Plaza was like kind of consenting, but it was still pretty coercive. Like, she wouldn't have done it otherwise.
Exactly. It was a weird scene, you know, but again, it resulted in a really funny fight scene between him and her and Adam Devine, which was pretty lovely.
Adam Devine makes me laugh so much. Like, that man just had, again, also direct line to my funny bone.
Yeah. It is the perfect culmination of like great actors coming together in a single movie. Zac Efron, brilliant. Adam Devine, brilliant. Audrey Plaza, brilliant. Anna Kendrick, perfect. Like, it was so lovely. And then you've got a really great supporting cast who just reinforce these comedic values. And it's just, you can't lose. You can't lose with this movie. I mean,
besides the like bisexual predator, it was actually a largely, I thought, like unproblematic movie, and like it doesn't fall into the usual tropes that you see from movies like this. Like it wasn't, I don't know, it wasn't super rapey. It wasn't like, the usual wedding movie trope of like this guy like trying to hide stuff from his wife, all this like shit that he's getting up to. It's not like these oblivious girls and these asshole guys. If anything, it was quite the opposite.
Exactly. And then that was quite nice. And like even like the callback to like where Adam Devine's character wants to drug Devine wants to drug his bisexual cousin Terry's to drink, and it fails miserably, and they will reference Wedding Crashers because that movie is disastrously problematic. So, you know, to have these callbacks to earlier wedding movies where it's actually more realistic, even if it is really dumb, kind of, you know, speaks to how far we're coming. And the fact, like you say, it's not problematic comedy. We're going to look back at this in 15 years, hopefully, and go, you know what? It kind of holds up because it's not that problematic, you know?
It's kind of cool also to see female characters that are really trashy and gross. Like, they're talking about how they don't shower that often, and they like eat burgers in bed, and they watch porn, and not like in a sexually empowered way, just in like, this is a normal thing. I mean, I don't personally with my friends, but like it's just kind of cool. It's cool to see these like trashy ladies.
Exactly, just being themselves. Exactly.
The problem is not that they're trashy, it's that they're bad people.
Exactly. And they come to that realization at the end.
Which is nice.
And that's
there's a whole little character arc for everyone.
Which is also very rare in today's movies, is to see a character arc. Very strange, very nice. And also just like the scenery itself was just really beautiful. You know,
I want to go to Hawaii so bad.
I want to go to Hawaii so bad. Can we go on like a Jurassic Park tour and just do the Jurassic Park tour? I know that's not like,
I haven't seen Jurassic Park still, so it won't be as special to me, but I
don't know who you are. Like, I don't understand you. Just watch Jurassic Park. It's not like it's going to be a real big hardship.
Get around to it, Chad.
There is...
I watched Jurassic World. I feel like I'm basically caught up.
Oh,
People are screaming.
you've just lost us, all of our people. Everyone's like, right, okay, cool, I'm done. I can't be dealing with this. Our Discord is just
Bye.
going to be raging after this episode drops. I'm very excited to see you having to field these angry things because I'm just going to watch the world burn while you deal with it.
Yeah.
Please watch Jurassic Park this weekend. Please, for the love of God, watch Jurassic Park.
It's if I remember, if I get around to it.
Good Lord. Okay, I'm going to move on. Otherwise, I'm just going to get mad. What's your scene that could have saved it for this one?
My scene that could have saved it. I would have actually liked to see more of the dynamic between Jeannie and her husband Eric. I thought that they were really cute together, and I would have liked to see more like of like them just being the two of them together. They're both so weird. They're both so funny. When she says lavender juice box, I lost my shit. That is the weirdest term for a vagina I have ever heard.
It's perfect. It's a great description of a vagina. Yeah.
Yeah, I would have liked to see more of them, actually. They were really cool characters. And yeah, obviously get rid of predatory bisexual. What about you?
Yeah, I agree. It's really funny that her husband is really boring and they play on that, and then he just like loses his mind and he's just like, I'm freaking pissed. I'm just dang on pissed off. It's just lovely. It's lovely to see
Bless him.
conservative people just lose their shit. Yeah, for me, I really would have liked to see the bride be way more pissed than this. I mean, she is very chill with everything that goes down. They hit her in the face with an ATV and she's just like, yo, you guys can still come to my wedding. This is fine. And I'm sorry, I get hit in the face with an ATV and like, I'm not dead. You're not coming to the wedding. Like, simple as that.
Oh, it was so good. It was so sexy.
So I'm taking it you would watch this again, yes?
Yeah, it was so fun. It's just a silly, dumb romp of a movie that doesn't make me go, oh no,
Yes.
every 10 minutes, which is really nice from a rom-com.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's the least problematic rom-com that we've ever done, I think. Which is, yeah. I mean, it's a low bar. It's a low bar,
Yeah,
but
I was
still.
gonna say.
Yeah, but I agree with you. I would watch this again, but I think under very specific circumstances where what I'm doing is it's like someone close to me's wedding, like your wedding or whatever, and we just like have a movie wedding marathon where we just chuck on our favorite wedding films and just like pound a whole bunch of beers, burgers, pizza, whatever, and just like have the best time.
Yeah. I'm ready. I'll do it right now.
Perfect. Well, you need to get hitched first.
Yes.
So,
no pressure, Rudy.
No pressure, Rudy. Yeah.
Shame.
Bless him. He'll get there. He'll get around to it.
He's under so much pressure.
Just like Jurassic Park, he'll get around to it.
That
you
poor
monster.
man with my parents.
Bless him. We're all rooting for him. He's stay strong. Yeah.
I'm not in a rush.
No. Well, thank you, Simone. Thank you for taking me to Hawaii for a destination wedding. Now, shall we go, a couple thousand miles away to Italy and do another destination wedding?
Yes.
All right, cool. Let me tell you about Love Wedding Repeat, shall I?
Please.
So, Jack, played by Sam Claflin, just the hottest man. I just want to put it out there. I know we're going to talk about this, but he's so handsome. And Dina, played by Olivia Munn, Is it Dina? Okay, cool. Dina, played by Olivia Munn, have just spent the most wonderful week together in Rome. They met by chance, of course, through Jack's sister Haley, played by Eleanor Tomlinson. But tonight they are to go their separate ways, with Jack returning to the UK. Jack is a little bit of a scaredy pants and is trying to muster the courage to kiss Dina. Unfortunately, he doesn't end up kissing her because of an intervention of one of his old friends from university. Jack, regretfully, leaves Dina and returns to the UK. It's now 3 years later, and we are now at Haley's wedding. Jack is extremely excited to see his young sister getting married, especially because their parents died a long time ago, and they've only ever had each other. Unfortunately, Haley tells Jack that his ex-girlfriend is going to be there. Jack's ex, Amanda, played by Frida Pinto, is kind of a mean girl, and her boyfriend, Chaz, played by Alan Mustafa, feels incredibly inadequate next to Jack. Plus, he asked Amanda to marry him like 6 months ago, and she still hasn't made a decision. So he is rightly miffed off over the situation. However, there is a silver lining for Jack. Haley tells him that Dina is also coming to the wedding and that they'll be sitting at the same table. Jack is over the moon because now he might actually take the plunge and kiss her. Everything starts off going really, really well. That is until Mark, played by Jack Farthing, shows up. Mark is an old lover of Haley's from her teenage years, but he is totally obsessed with her and has shown up at the wedding to try and win her back. Unfortunately, he has a very good chance of ruining the wedding because it turns out that he and Haley slept together again 3 weeks earlier. This would obviously crush Haley's husband and effectively ruin the marriage. So, Haley and Jack come up with a plan. Haley asks Jack to drug Mark with some very powerful tranquilizers that she's been using to sleep during this stressful period. He reluctantly agrees, of course, because it's his sister. So, before their reception meal, he sneaks into the dining room and slips some of the tranquilizer into the glass, which is lying in front of Mark's place card. As you can imagine, things go terribly, terribly wrong. Some kids then come in and switch everyone's place cards around. With the new seating arrangements, it is Haley's maid of honor, Brian, played by Joel Fry, who is now taking the sedative. This means that Jack has to spend the whole wedding trying to keep Brian awake in order to make his maid of honor speech, trying to keep Mark away from the groom or any microphone, and also deal with his ex and her boyfriend. This leaves no time whatsoever for him to speak to Dina. Unfortunately, everything ends in shit, and Mark tells the whole wedding party that they slept together, with Brian screwing up his speech and destroying the wedding cake, and with Dina yet again slipping through Jack's hands. The movie then does a flip and looks at an alternative universe where things go in Jack's favor. However, in this universe, Jack himself takes the sedative. This causes some minor complications with Dina, who ends up being pissed off with him for falling asleep while she tells him about her mom passing away from cancer, but this is resolved relatively quickly. Jack, in one of his lucid moments, is able to convince Mark not to tell the groom about the affair, and Brian doesn't screw up his speech. After about 100 cups of coffee, just as Dina is about to leave the wedding, Jack catches up with her and they finally kiss. Everyone ends up happily ever after. The end.
The end. Chad, what is your cliffhanger?
So it has to be this one, and it's one of the very first scenes where it's the dude interrupting Jack and Dina as in Rome for the first time 3 years before, and like ruining the kiss. And I think this scene alone encapsulates being British. And you've said it to me before about, and I think your phrasing is perfect for it. It's don't be British about this. And it is the inability to cause any conflict or confrontation whatsoever.
Or to just simply say, sorry, can you actually?
Yeah, exactly. So I think this is sort of a really good sort of predication for this entire movie, which is just British people being too polite to get what they want.
Oh my god. There's some really amazing dialogue in this movie. For me, the scene that did it was when that guy in the kilt is chatting to Dina, and he's like, oh, you got kidnapped, like tell me about it. And it is the most awkward exchange because he's being like so chipper and blasé as she talks about like how she was held at gunpoint and how scary it was, and then all of a sudden he's like, I'm in car insurance.
Yeah, not as dull as you think it is. Yeah.
It's like, oh my God. It is still one of the funniest scenes I've ever seen. And Olivia Munn plays it so perfectly, where she's like, okay.
Okay, we're talking about your thing now. Okay. Yeah, no, Olivia Munn in this is just so great, and she's so lovely as sort of this, like, things happen to her in this movie. She doesn't ever like sort of, you know, lead to things being done, and I think she just plays it so perfectly because, you know, Jack as a protagonist is just trying to flail his way through everything, and there's Dina just trying to like enjoy herself and just like have the best time.
Getting hammered at a wedding.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I think, you know, I mean, it will go to my scene that could have saved it, but I do feel like she forgave him for falling asleep way too quickly during such an important like situation. Yeah, but apart from that, like, I just love their dynamic. I think, you know, Jack as a character is just lovely, and I mean, the actor who plays him is so handsome.
Honestly, too
Sam
handsome.
Claflin. Like, his facial structure is just, you know, oh
He's
my
so
goodness,
beautiful.
yes.
I think I'm with
he,
you 100%. He's too gorgeous.
I think he's probably going to be the new Hugh Grant, just like that awkward, handsome kind of guy, you know?
Yeah, I see it. I can see it.
You see it? Yeah, yeah. Because we always need a handsome British man who's just awkward as fuck, who can't
just fumbles his way through romance,
who can't catch a break. Yeah.
Oh, Chad, do you relate?
I do relate. Substantially relate. You know, just, you know, fumbling through romance. That could be the name of my autobiography, to be fair. Fumbling through romance.
I still find it so funny. I sent you a while ago, I sent you a tweet that someone wrote where it was like, I promise you, your girlfriend does not want heart-shaped jewelry. Please do not get her heart-shaped jewelry. Get her anything else. And I love that you were like, is this true? Is that a real thing?
Yeah.
And God, Chad, I thank myself every day for sending you that.
I really,
it is true.
I'm pretty sure my future girlfriends will very much appreciate that fact that you sent that through to me, because they will never get a heart-shaped jewelry again. I thought it was a lovely idea for a gift. You know, I would say I'm a pretty romantic person. Like, I'm pretty good at these kind of things, but clearly I have a bad, like, that is my failing.
No,
is jewelry.
Heart-shaped nothing. They're not 8-year-olds.
No, you're very very right. Well, like, going forward, I will always send gift ideas to you first before purchasing them, just to make sure. Yeah,
just run it past.
That's safe. That's safe. So, what did you enjoy about this movie? Let's talk what we enjoyed.
I thought it was fun. I thought the cast of characters was really good. I thought like the general chaos of it all was great. I love who's that Irish comedian?
Oh, she's brilliant. Let me look her up, because she is so funny. And she killed it.
Super funny.
When she was talking about Chaz's outfit and like kept calling him a contortionist, was just
oh, is there a cabaret? Oh, she's so funny. I found Chaz very funny as well. Like,
yes.
Oh, this poor guy.
And they had that really nice scene as well, like when you know, in the second reality, when they after, like, Chaz goes to Amanda, and he's just like, yo, obviously this isn't gonna work. Like, that was just like a really touching moment. And you know, after the ridiculousness of like how obsessed he is with Jack's penis size, just perfect. The actress is Ailing Beer.
Okay.
I don't know if
I think
I'm pronouncing
she's got
that.
some stand-up specials as well.
Yes.
Isn't it Aisling? Yeah. Isn't it pronounced Aisling?
I don't know how the pronounce. You're probably right. It's Aisling. So
I'm pretty sure you pronounce it Aisling, but
Aisling. Okay.
You're
probably right. I mean, she's Irish.
My Gaelic is a little.
Hey, I called her Ailing. I don't think anyone would like to be called Ailing. No. Yeah. And that's also really cute when she and Brian got together. Yeah. Like, you know, two very awkward people. Yeah. It's a lovely story.
I did also love when Brian's like, nah, like, acting's not for me. I'm giving it up. Like, I need to grow up and stuff. And then the famous director comes up to him. He's like, oh, you must meet me for a coffee. I am casting my new movie. And he's like, fuck that. Yeah, I'm back into acting.
Which is the reaction.
That the way?
That is the way. I think every actor says that at one point. It's just like, yeah, I'm beyond acting now. I've realized I need to hang up the curtain. And then, you know, you get a really small role in an advert or something, and you're just like, yeah, no, fuck that noise. I'm back in. Yeah.
I mean, I know that you have a great job now as a paralegal, and you're very happy.
Very happy.
But if someone offered you a role tomorrow, you would drop everything.
I would drop it so hard. It would be like a hot potato. It wouldn't even be funny. If Netflix came a-ringing and we're just like, hey, we need, you know, a mediocre white guy for a movie, I'm like, I am there.
I'm your
friends.
man.
I'm your
Netflix.
guy. I love the fact that this was in Italy as well. Like I said at the beginning,
Oh
like
yeah.
Italy is the most beautiful place. Like I love
The
it. And
soundtrack was so beautiful.
perfect. Yes. Having like a string quartet, like I think that would be pretty nice. Like I'm always more in favor of sort of like a DJ, just because like you get a more of a variation. But you know, that is classy and it was delightful. Yeah. I do think, you know, in terms of sort of like British wedding movies, like the difference between the two of these two movies that we've done, like the British ones are always very classy and things go wrong, sort of like in a very upper class kind of way, where American ones, it's just explosions and death.
It's a pretty clear line. And I feel like also like with the British movies, the real disasters are like in the interpersonal relationships more than anything. And yeah, no one got hit with an ATV.
Exactly.
In Love, Wedding, Repeat.
Yeah, I've also noticed like someone always gets drugged in a British sort of functional movie. Yeah,
it's always funny.
It's always funny when people get drugged, apparently. So, and is there anything that you didn't enjoy about this particularly?
You know, I feel really conflicted about the bride getting away with having cheated on the groom and the groom being none the wiser. Like, I understand that ultimately, like, Mark not telling was like a nice little moment or whatever where he understood that she's happy now and stuff. But it's like, she still cheated on her future husband. And he actually does like have a right to know and make decisions based off of that. So I don't know, I didn't love that the happy ending was that like she kind of got away with it.
Yeah, no, you're so right. You're absolutely right. And I think that is maybe a failing in this movie, because it started to look like it was going to go that way, you know, because there's that speech that Brian gives Jack where he's just like, yo, you give up all of yourself for everyone else. And, you know, you leave nothing for yourself, and you're always there for Haley, and you're always covering up for her and this kind of thing. And then they go and have a chat. And it would have been really nice if Jack had just said to Haley, like, yo, you need to sort out your own messes. Like, you were a grown-ass woman. Yeah. That would have been cool. And it looked like it was going that way. And then it just failed. Just fell off the edge. But yeah, I completely agree with you. For me, like, it really frustrates me when people don't communicate. And a lot of the problems in this movie could have just been solved with a little bit of communication. If Jack had just gone to Dina and just been like, yo, it's like what you saw in the bathroom was me trying to, I've just taken a really strong sedative that I, you know, wasn't supposed to take. I was just trying to throw it up. I couldn't do it with my own fingers. And Dina would have been like, that's hilarious. Cool.
Yeah.
But no, now we're just not going to tell her, and now
he's falling asleep while she's doing some beautiful acting, by the way, from Olivia Munn. When the character's talking about her mom's illness and death, like I was like, oh my god, Olivia.
Yeah, that was stunning. She killed it. She really killed that scene. Oh, bless her. Yeah. So, scene that could have saved it.
For me, I actually would have liked to see more parallel universes. I think just two is a little bit like, what's the point of the medium then?
Thank you. Yes.
Like, I need to see at least 3 different versions of what could happen.
Yes. Thank you. That is exactly my scene that could have saved it as well. You can't say there are 8 different universes and then show us 2. That is, you know, it's a waste of your time. It's a waste of our time.
They shoved in like a little montage that showed like a couple of different outcomes that like, but it was like very brief and it wasn't the same.
Yeah, exactly. Like I mean, it's not a very fair comparison, but like if you look at there's a 1 episode of Community where they do the same thing.
Yes.
5.
I was thinking the exact same thing.
Yes. And it works. Like all they had to do was like over the really long patches, they just skip it. They like do the intro of the scene and then the outro if things stay the same, and that's fine. And yeah, it's just a little bit of pre-planning, you know, either do it where there's only going to be 2 alternatives or show all 8. And I completely agree with you. Yeah. Would you watch it again?
Yeah, that was fun. It was funny. As far as wedding movies go, this was relatively unproblematic. And it was genuinely, the dialogue was good. The actors were really funny. It's a super fun movie, and it was beautiful location. starring beautiful people. I can look at Olivia Munn literally all day.
Olivia Munn's dress was maybe the most stunning apparel that I've seen in a very long time.
Dare she?
Unacceptable.
Like, I was like, okay, I need to know where I can get a dress like that. I will not look half as good as Olivia Munn looks in anything, but like, my God.
But it was, good Lord. Like, that dress stole the show. That was the star of the show, really, that dress. Oh, goodness me. Yeah.
She was so beautiful.
So beautiful. Yeah, I don't know if I would watch this again, to be honest. Like, I loved it, don't get me wrong. Like, I enjoyed it, but like, I just think like, like it's fine.
Sure.
In terms of like wedding movies, but yeah, it just like it didn't do it to me. I think people should check it out. Like, I do agree with you. Like, if you haven't seen this movie yet, do watch it. But a rewatch, now that I know that what happens and how it's going to end and everything, it just kind of takes that out for me. Yeah.
Cool.
Well, that's us. Well, Simone, the reception is dying down. Everyone's kind of falling asleep. You know, lights are dim, the mead is over, like the mead's down to like the last little things. And we are now sailing off onto the honeymoon of the end of the episode. There we go. So what is your gratitude for this episode, Simone?
My gratitude for this week is just like lovely friends. Like I sometimes I forget, or like I lose sight of the fact that I like have so many lovely, supportive, like understanding people in my life, and like even people who just like encourage me to like stand up for myself, or to like you know, have my own best interests in mind sometimes. And like, I'm super lucky. I've got so many wonderful people around me, and just super grateful about it.
Oh, that's really nice. Yeah. That is really,
what
really
about
nice.
you?
Oh, that's so sweet. Yes, for me, it is the fact that I started my job this week, and I'm really grateful that it's very, very nice. You know, it's always a risk. It's always a gamble, you know, with interviews, because they're just like, they always put their best foot forward. And it's just like, yeah, we're an amazing company, blah, blah, blah. And then you get there and it can be, you know, Mordor.
Yeah.
So it was just really nice.
You have no way of knowing what to expect, actually.
Exactly. So it was actually really nice to go to my first week of work, and everyone is just really, really kind and
bit
nice.
of a relief, I bet.
Huge relief. And like, I'm really grateful for the fact that there was another person who started at the exact same time as me, doing the exact same thing in the same department. So we worked together, and like, you know, when we're able to talk to each other about like any difficulties that we're having and things like that. So it was awesome to have that other person there with me, and I'm super grateful for that. So that was lovely.
Yay! Happy chat.
We are both employed. We are employed. Yeah, I love it.
I always feel like I need to touch wood or something with that. And so I really am having trouble accepting good things.
You are definitely traumatized by this.
You're just stating a fact, and I'm like, let's not jinx it though.
These past years have hurt us, and to some major extent, but it will get better. Like, we'll heal this.
Thanks.
We'll be fine. So, Simone, I was thinking we'd do something that we haven't done in quite a long time for next week.
Okay.
And that is book to movie adaptations.
Yes. Excellent.
Yes. We haven't touched this in a while. So I'm thinking Gulliver's Travels, which got 20% with Jack Black.
Okay.
I did not enjoy the book, so I'm very excited to not enjoy the movie.
The book, so
it's really not that good. I know everyone's like, oh, it's a classic, blah blah blah, but
yeah.
And then one of my favorite novels of all time, The Stepford Wives by Ira Levine. And I've seen the movie, enjoyed the movie thoroughly, so I'm excited to see if it
the Nicole
keeps
Kidman
up.
one.
Yes, the Nicole Kidman one.
Okay.
Yes, it got 26%.
Okay, I'm ready.
So very, very excited. And those are also two very short books, so I'm expecting you to have read both of them by next week, okay?
Awesome. Yeah, I can squeeze that in.
It's not like you have a full-time job, have to edit this podcast, have a boyfriend that you have to spend time with, and also watch Jurassic Park this week.
I mean, I can drop one of those things.
Oh goodness.
Maybe I'll read the Spark Notes.
Yeah, maybe just catch up with what the story is.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys so much for listening. We really do appreciate it. We love that you come to us every week, listen to us speak, and then go away. And we really love to hear your thoughts on the things that we talk about. So please do write into us. Please do tell us what we've said and how much you enjoyed it, how much you didn't enjoy it. You know, we're open to criticism. We might attack you harshly, but we are still open to it. And
we're open to it. We don't receive it very well, but we're open to it.
Yeah, do so at your own risk. And where can they do so at their own risk, Simone?
You can talk to us on Facebook or Instagram at Fresh Tomatoes Podcast, on Twitter at Fresh Tomatoes MP. You can email us at freshtomatoespodcast@gmail.com.
Boom town. And guys, please give us a rating, give us a comment. We really would appreciate it. Movie podcasts are so saturated that is the only way that we can get out to a wider audience. If you enjoy what you listen to, just give us a rating. Tell people that you enjoyed this movie podcast, and that helps us out. We would love that. We would really appreciate it. And as we say at the end of every episode, we love you and there's nothing you can do about it.
We love you and there's nothing you can do about it.
Goodbye.
Bye.